Hello, my name is Valentina and today I'm going to try to answer the following question. How can language teachers integrate critical literacy, the notion of literacy practices, and the ability to read and write multimodal text in their classes? To integrate critical literacy in the classroom, the teacher must choose from the variety of strategies that exist according to the class objectives, the student's level and age, and choose the most attractive for the students in this process. After that, it is necessary to adapt the content, taking into account what I mentioned before. Also, the teacher must vary the content that appeals to the socioeconomic and cultural reality of the student. Language teachers can propose a variety of topics and activities, but today I'm going to propose two activities that can be used in an EFL classroom. The first activity consists in giving them a test about a specific theme that catches the students' attention and helps to accomplish the lesson goals. After that, giving them some questions so that they can have a better understanding of the text. Then, the class can expose what they think. I consider that this way could be effective in the development of student abilities because they can go beyond the text and defend their opinions. On the other hand, there is another way to implement critical literacy. It is through the analysis of poems. Why? Because it can be interpreted in many ways depending on who is reading. To develop this strategy, it is essential that the students creatively prepare the presentation of these ideas. Thirdly, the author's vision and the reader's coincide, which makes the reading more interesting because it will be multiple viewpoints that enrich the conversation. As the authors in the article A Student Perspective of Critical Literacy in EFL Reading propose questions, I consider that if the language teacher is going to develop this activity, it is important to propose questions too. Among them, the most important are: who is the author of the poem? Is his/her life reflected in the poem? What were your first impressions of the poem after reading just the title? After the first reading, what words did you learn reading the poem? What is the theme? What is the purpose? Talk about the title. What information does it give you? What is the speaker's mood? Talk about the tone. Who is speaking? As a final point, the students need to create a poem, the teachers revise it, and finally, they share their work with the class. This could be a useful tool in the classroom because the students can improve the sociocultural, the social-linguistic competence, among others, because they must read, look for information related to the author, to the poem, answer the questions, debate with the others, and finally, write a poem where they apply all they learn in the lesson. It's necessary to say that at the end of the activity, there must be a conclusion about the topic that was analyzed. This activity can create an atmosphere of trust where everyone can participate actively. It is necessary to propose more activities to avoid monotony in the classroom. There are many activities like read the stories, read plays, but the activities depend on the teacher. Well, I hope everything is clear and thank you so much for your attention.